Hey everyone, it's William Moore, and you are watching Beyond the Ties That Bind. Thank you for joining me. I pray that everyone has had as good of a day as you could possibly have living under the tyranny we now find ourselves living under, the oppression. So, it is 5/11 of 2020. I am pointing out that date. I have a specific reason for pointing out the date, 5/11/2020. It's evening. I'm getting ready to go to bed here in a couple hours. Before I go to bed, I like filling my head with numbers because when I fill my head with numbers, it just makes me fall asleep that much quicker. It's just easier to fall asleep. It's like taking a Sominex. As I stated, it's 5/11/2020. I will not be uploading this video tonight. I will upload it in the morning because I bombarded everyone with videos because I'm so excited to have my new computer and the new video editing software. So I know I've had 3 videos out today. I'm going to have a couple of videos out tomorrow. I'm going to be doing an interview with a friend tomorrow. So busy day. However, it is 2020. It is evening. So when you finally see this, it will be tomorrow morning, 5/12/2020. So I pray that you have a marvelous day tomorrow, as marvelous of a day as you can have, living under the present circumstances we now find ourselves within. This is terrible. I'm trying to stay a little lighthearted tonight. I can't go through life completely discouraged and angry about what's going on. So, anyway, we're going to go Fox News, faux news, right here. It's 11:29 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to go down and we're going to go to their fear porn map. Coronavirus pen, that one word. So we have U.S. cases, total confirmed, 1,340,643. That's confirmed, they say, according to what? PCR testing, which cannot isolate or identify a particular strain of virus, cannot isolate or identify, can't identify a virus. So how do you know if it's confirmed? How do you know if it's a confirmed case if you can't identify it? Then if you go down here, and now this number, I'm not downplaying the deaths whatsoever, but I am questioning the number, 79,935, 79,935 deaths. That is tragic, especially for the families that the deaths occur in, and it doesn't matter how old the person might be. You're saying goodbye to a loved one. So I'm not downplaying the deaths, but the number, this number that they keep everyone locked down over, that they try and make everyone social distance and not live as human beings over, I question this. Now, it says the source of this number, or these numbers, is The Who. That would be Roger Daltrey, Peter Townsend, Roger Entwistle, and Keith Moon. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay. Actually, it would probably be a more accurate number if it was coming from Roger Daltrey, Peter Townsend, Roger Entwistle, and Keith Moon. So they say that these are their sources, and here's another source, CDC. I believe that stands for Centers for Disease Control. Now, they're saying here, now the CDC, they're the ones that keep track of the U.S. cases of coronavirus. And I'm seeing a discrepancy because if you go to their website, and as I pointed out earlier, it's 5/11/2020. Let's just go down here. It says that this was updated on 5/11/2020. We have total deaths at 49,867 for coronavirus. Does anyone here see a discrepancy of about 30,000? I do. Now, if we go over here, pneumonia deaths, 74,756. I am just reading off of these websites and just reading their numbers. Just have some questions as to why there's such a discrepancy. And why, if there's 74,756 deaths from pneumonia, that there's not an outcry over pneumonia, why we haven't been wearing masks, why we haven't been social distancing for years. Because really, for pneumonia, that number's kind of low this year. I wonder why. Now, if we go over to influenza deaths, 6,046. That seems a little low. Actually, I would be willing to say that's the lowest number in recent history for influenza deaths. But if you would take that 6,046 and add it to, say, 49,867, you would come up with about 55,900 and say maybe 13. That sounds kind of like a number that you would have for influenza deaths in a year. Imagine that. So we have a very low count here. And we have this number appearing out of thin air. See, when I fill my head with these numbers, I don't fall asleep easily. I was being facetious, kind of like the government. Only they do it on purpose. They don't do it to entertain or be lighthearted. I am not going to live as a slave. I will die a free man. And what these numbers are telling me, right here, and when you have Deborah Birx coming up to the microphone at the White House stating that if a person dies and they have coronavirus, even though the underlying cause of death could have been cancer, heart disease, cardiac arrest, leukemia, if they died with the coronavirus, they're going to be counted as a coronavirus death. So the numbers are being fabricated. And there's an agenda. And the agenda is to destroy freedom. And I am going to live and die as a free man. No one's going to control me. No one's going to tell me what to do. Patrick Henry stated that of all the barakah, which barakah is the Hebrew word for blessings, that we've been bestowed upon this earth, freedom is the most precious of all. That you can take away every other barakah, every other blessing, but don't take away freedom, because without freedom, we are not human beings. We are not individuals. We're just puppets. We're being controlled. We're being governed. We're being ruled over. So don't take away my freedom, is what he was saying. Don't take away my freedom. Because without my freedom, I'm nothing. It's not worth existing. I, for one, am not going to insult my Creator by living as a slave. I will die a free man first. No one's going to come to my front door and force me to take a test. No one's going to come to my front door and force me to be vaccinated. I will not insult my Creator in that manner. Yeah, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. I don't think anyone in America is living up to their full potential for the Creator. But I'm not going to insult him that way by treading underfoot, as Patrick Henry stated, the most precious barakah bestowed upon mankind, and that's freedom. That's what these numbers are all about. They have an agenda. It's to take away freedom. It's to control. It's to make you social distance. Now they're going to do contact tracing to make sure you're social distancing, so you don't live as a human being, so you don't socialize, so you don't thrive on socialization with other human beings, as you were created to do. This is what happens when you have government. It doesn't matter how small the government starts out, it's going to always grow. And government and freedom cannot coexist. Patrick Henry tried to tell us that government and freedom cannot coexist. I don't care about that stupid piece of paper called the Constitution. It was created, it was drafted to give a small group of psychopaths unlimited power of taxation, to create a strong central government. It was a coup d'etat that took place to replace the Articles of Confederation with this new document, a new government which came into existence. And in this country, that was the first blow to freedom, was the drafting of the Constitution in the Philadelphia Constitutional Convention. And I'll get into more of that later. But this is what has happened. This is what everything has become. This is what everything has evolved to. Where we're at right now, where our freedoms are under assault. No one has a higher claim to your life and property than you do. Messiah gave us one simple rule as far as living among each other. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And I've got a lot of people that do unto me the things that they would not want done unto them. And I try and live, even with them, I try and live in a manner that I would not do unto them as what they do to me. Because they will face their Creator. And they will be judged. But if we would all just do unto others as we would have people do unto us, we're not going to steal from ourselves. We're not going to harm ourselves. In some instances, some crazy person might. But we're going to, if we just live in that manner, we're going to respect everyone else. We're going to respect their rights and their freedoms, because we want our rights and our freedoms to be respected when it comes right down to it. So anyway, actually I hate filling my head with these numbers because it just reminds me how repulsive our government is. They'll lie to us. They want to rule us. They want to dictate everything that we do in our lives. They want to control us because they think nothing more of us than slaves. People that will work for them and bleed for them. They just want to destroy us, and they want to take away everything that our Creator's given us. It's time to stand. We outnumber them. We don't even have to do it by force. All we have to say is, we're not going to live under your edicts anymore. Jerry Stiller passed away today. He played Arthur Spooner in The King of Queens. I did a little video on that earlier, actually. It was a longer video than I planned on doing. But Arthur Spooner used to always say, "Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me." And that's how we all need to live right now. Government, don't tell me what to do. Stop robbing me. Stop stealing from me. Everyone, I just want you to think about these numbers, these fabricated numbers, and what it means. They're planning a collapse of the economy so they can control you even more, so they can be the one that hands out your food, that gives you everything you need, so you'll rely upon them, so you'll serve them. It's time to say no. It's time to say no. Because I'm telling you, these numbers here, they might look like they don't add up, but they do add up. And the sum is slavery. Little quote here from Mark Twain. Let you read it. There are lies, damned lies, and statistics. Think about these numbers and think about what these numbers represent. They represent slavery. They represent a banking cartel that's hell-bent on your destruction, taking away everything that you've ever earned in life, using their puppets in government to do it. Anyway, I love each and every one of you. This is William Moore for Beyond the Ties That Bind. Everyone, please set it in your mind that you'll die a free man rather than live as a slave. Until next time, peace.